That should fix the echo. Please let me know if it fixes the echo, and also if you could help me find my wedding ring. I lost it. That's not a good thing. I've been losing some weight, and my jewelry is becoming longer and looser. All right, perfect, awesome. We got that done. Let's get this started. I know the background is jacked up, and I know the comments are jacked up, but I can see your comments, and I can see the background, so I'm okay with that. From the top. Hello, ladies and gentlemen, it's me, T-Bone, from the LUNSB Show with T-Bone and Chick Brew. It's Sunday morning. It's 10:30. It's time for the Supplemental. I can't even compete with the music that I created. I made such a beautiful song for the Supplemental that I can't sing with it no more. But I can tell you, here we are. We do 3 things on the Supplemental. We talk about the national days of the week. We tell you about a community, a comedy, or a charity event that we want you to know about. And we wrap it all up with This Week in History, a trivia style. I like to say this, and I mean this when I say this. It's a fun way to start your Sunday. We got some of my favorite people viewing this morning. So let's get things started with your national days of the week. Domani, mañana, tomorrow, Monday, April 27th. Oh, shoot. I'm going to do this one because this one isn't going to cause me to choke up. There's Devil Dog Day. Not doing that. And then there's Pet Parents Day, and I'm not doing that. Instead, I'm going to go with National Prime Rib Day. I will be the first to admit to all of you that are listening, I, to this day, do not understand prime rib. Prime, I understand. Rib, I understand. A piece of meat without a bone in it that is similar to a rib, I do not understand. And how is that the prime? I don't get it. I've never gotten it. When you go to get prime rib, it's a guy and he's slicing off of a big piece of meat. There's no ribs involved. I don't like that. If you give me the idea that something involves meat, I'm okay. If the idea further continues to this meat involves a rib, I'm also okay. But if you give me meat with the connotation that there's going to be a rib involved, the prime of the ribs, and there's no rib involved, I've never understood that. But on the same note, I've never turned one away. No waiter has ever brought me a prime rib, and I said, "Excuse me, young man, there's no rib here with the prime. Take this away. Get this from me." I've never done that. I've always looked at it with excitement and glee, and it's like, oh, okay. I've never, to this very moment, I've never argued with a prime rib because they're tasty and delicious. And if you can find a way to enjoy one, do so on Monday, April 27th, National Prime Rib Day. Usually raw in the middle, eat steak, Reverend Horton Heat. We've been watching, we're, okay, all right, lots of good comments, loving the music. I love all of you loving the music. Can't tell you how happy I am with the music. And the benefit of the rig that I have set up today is I don't get distracted. I have to go out of my way to look at your comments. So we do a day, and then I go look at your comments because they're not showing up on the screen. I could just get rid of that completely because it's not working. and you can just see a big old blank screen beside me, and all of that shoulder you've been missing. Oh, all of this shoulder you've been missing. Let's move along. Yes, we are doing this Tuesday, April 28th, is National Blueberry Pie Day. Now, I don't know when's the last time you had a piece of pie, but if I had to guess, the last piece of pie you probably had was apple. Because people love apple pie. And people make a lot of apple pie. And people don't normally eat pie. It's not something you should be eating every day. It's decadent. It's succulent. It's not something you should have all the time. So we don't have a lot of pie, and probably the last time you had pie was most likely apple, because that's probably the most popular pie ever. But if you've never had blueberry pie, well, my friends, you're just letting the best things in life pass you by. Because blueberries are amazing. Especially the blueberries you catch out in the wild. The blueberries that have been peed on by dogs. Those are the extra special blueberries. Those are they're tasty and delicious. In the area of Jacksonville, North Carolina, they have an annual blueberry festival that me and my betrothed went to, and I just got vivid images of her popping blueberries in her mouth, but she didn't make me no pie. And to bring that closer to home, I was recently talking to my friend Brandon, and Brandon and me agree that the best pie is rhubarb. But we won't be eating any rhubarb on April 28th, Tuesday, because I gotta find a way. I want some blueberry pie so bad. Please, if you love me, send it to me in the mail. Oh, the little hostesses, the little tiny little things in the hostesses that they had the apple, of course, and I think they had a blueberry. Tasty and delicious. Anyway, find a way to celebrate the best way you know how. Tuesday, April 28th. National Blueberry Pie Day. Moving on. Over here, we check the comments, and there's so many things going on here. I like your ribs. Ooh, pecan. Not wrong. You're not wrong with that. Good old pecan pie. Also tasty and delicious. But who has time to make a pecan pie? Nobody. Ain't nobody got no time. I gotta sneeze. I got another one coming. Give me a second. Be glad it's only sneezes. I made the mistake of this week of throwing up spicy food, and that was not fun. All right. Ooh, what do we got? Still sneezing. My rule is if you sneeze more than thrice, you're out of the house. And there's a fifth one on deck. I can feel it. On the bright side, most of you didn't see what just happened. Because in the edited version, I will take my biological things out of the sequence. Here we go. I got another one on deck. If it sounds like I'm crying, it's because I was. The chair covering behind me was the last blanket he ever wore. Can't do this. Wednesday, April 29th is National Denim Day. Now, if you feel the need to wear a Canadian tuxedo, you get yourself a denim jacket and some denim jeans, and you wear them proudly while drinking maple syrup. But what the rest of you may or may not know is that Denim Day is a day for everybody to wear jeans in support of women being raped for wearing jeans. I'm not making this up. Anti-rape, just so there's no question. I'm not a rape fan. I'm not a big fan of the rapies. I just don't think wearing jeans is the reason a person gets raped. I also don't think wearing jeans is a great way of acknowledging that people got raped for wearing jeans. It's a long story, but the bottom line is, once upon a time, there was a woman, and she was violated. And the story goes that she was violated because she was wearing jeans. And I can tell you, even though I wasn't one of the people that violated her, I can tell you that's not true. They would have done that no matter what she was wearing. Because bad people do bad things not because of your clothing choices. So they violated this woman, and the story came out that they did it because she was wearing tight jeans, and that's why they did it. Again, they would have done it if she was wearing a shirt, a skirt, a dress, a pantsuit. It doesn't matter. Because rapists be raping. Which, by the way, I don't know if I've told you this. I know I've said it many a times, but I don't know if I've told you this. I think rapists are the saddest people on the planet. I've seen homeless people with girlfriends. If you are forcing yourself upon a woman, you're a loser. You're the biggest loser that there ever was, because you just can't do it the right way. Loser. You're a loser. I think making fun of rapists is the best way to make fun of rape. And acknowledging that rapists are losers. Anyway, not to be too distracted, Wednesday, April 29th is an excuse for everyone to wear jeans, but it's also a great day to remember, if you have the ability to rape, don't do it. And if you do, you're a loser. You're the worst loser. You're the loser at everything. If you have to rape a woman to get your jollies, you're the worst of the worst. And I hope you get caught, and I hope you go to prison, and I hope you get raped. Because that's what justice is. Think about that on Wednesday, April 29th. National Denim Day. That one's probably going to get me in trouble. As I think about it, that one's probably going to get me in trouble. All right. Mincemeat pie, definitely. I talked about the rhubarb, and I followed it up with what I believe to be an embarrassing thing, mincemeat. I love mincemeat. Pumpkin pie. I like your ribs. Bless you. Thank you. Bless you. Thank you. Thanks, Ma. Can I get that on a bumper sticker? Rapists be raping. No, I'm not putting that on a bumper sticker, but I like where you're thinking. Ah, la, la, la. Oh, yeah, I'm definitely doing this, and then I'm going to send it to her. Thursday, April 30th, is National Hair Stylist Appreciation Day. I only go and get my hair done if there's a reason for me to get my hair done. Because, just being sexy every day ain't no reason to spend that kind of money. But before we filmed a movie recently, I went and got my hair done. And I am going on a video podcast later this week, the Dom and Pickle podcast. So I went ahead and got my hair did. And the lady that does my hair is amazing and fantastic. And I would tell you who she is, but I don't want you blocking out my appointments. I don't want you taking her from me. I don't want to share her. She's that awesome. I will tell you, she works right there in the Y Shopping Center. And her name rhymes with Ina. And she gives the best head. I mean this. And I'm not kidding. I go in, I'm fighting the good fight. I'm taking the gray away. I'm getting the sides clipped. She trims me up. She makes me look good. And then she takes me and she washes me. She gives me the hair washing with amazing hands. My eyes roll into the back of my head. She gives the best head massage while she's washing my hair. And I've always thought I was a good tipper. I'm a man. I go in and get a haircut. The haircut's $20. I tip $20. I thought that was a good tip. I'm going to tell you, yesterday, I went in there and she gave me all the treatments. She gave it to me all. But this was so good. It was so good. I tipped her $40 on $60 to trim me and to color me and all of the things. I tipped her $40. Whereas I always thought $20 was a good tip. It was such a good head massage. I doubled it. Now, don't take my Hannah away from me. They're at Great Clips or Super Clips or whatever it is there in the Y Shopping Center. Don't take my Hannah away from me. And please give me first dibs because she's just amazing. She's so good. I'm trying to get my wife there. And maybe I could get her to go in there just to get a haircut. I mean, just to get some head. Think about that on Thursday, April 30th, National Hairstylist Appreciation Day. To your comments. Do the Jay Leno look. Okay. Oh, that was Rob. That was another Rob that was with the Rapist Be Rapin'. Moving back to this. I didn't know this was a thing, so why not? Friday, May the 1st. Ben Bankus is going to be at the Harrisburg Comedy Zone in Harrisburg, Pennsylvania. He's there Friday and Saturday nights, so it's not sold out just yet. But a very funny guy. I think I'll probably go out there to see him because I want to see him. Ben Bankus, Harrisburg Comedy Zone. But that's not what's going on Friday, May the 1st. Apparently, Friday, May the 1st is National College Decision Day. On May the 1st, I want you to look up this clip on the tubes of you, the talks of ticks, the books of faces. I want you to look up this clip, and I want to tell you some very important information. I want to share this with you. No. On May the 1st, you don't have to make a decision. College is a scam. Get it? Do not go to a college. It will not make you better. It will not make you more employable. Go to a trade school that will do those things. Or join the military that can do those things. So go to a trade school and learn a trade. Get a job. If you want to further your education, and I don't understand why, if you already have a job, but if you want to further your education, then do it online. Harvard, Yale, Princeton, Pepperdine, Columbia, none of that matters anymore. None of it matters. Grade inflation, price inflation, no one cares. And I'm going to tell you this, take this to heart. When I am reviewing your resume to hire you into a position, the points I give you for college education do not change with location. You need to know that, because I'm not the one making up the scale, okay? In the federal government, when we go to hire someone, we look at their resume, we look at their accomplishments, and whether you went to MIT or whether you went to Phoenix Online, Robert, Mushmouth, whether you went to the Phoenix University or whether you went to Massachusetts Institute of Technology, it does not matter to us. It matters what level of degree you got. If you got an associate's, you get a couple of points. If you got a bachelor's, you get a couple of points. You get a master's, you get a couple of points. If you get a doctorate, you get a couple of points. But I got news for you. You can buy doctorates. You can buy doctorates and have a PhD DSL next to your name. And if you don't know what DSL is, I'm going to tell you, number one, it's real. Number two, it's so real. Two completely different meetings. Both of them are very real. One of them is a college degree, and one of them is someone you marry. Think about that on Friday, May the 1st. Oh my God, it's May already. National College Decision Day. To your comments. La, 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 la. Amen. Trade school for sure. Yes, we agree. I am so glad you were here today. It's just good to see you. Thank you. And I know you probably would prefer to be sleeping right now. La, 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 la. I don't know what to do here. Saturday, May the 2nd, is National Brothers and Sisters Day. Well, luckily for me, I only have 3 brothers. 2 brothers. I always say there's 4 of us, but that would mean there's 3 of them. 2 of them are my brothers. 1 of them is my sister. It's okay, Robert. You can come out now. We all know. We all knew. We all knew for years you were the sister in the family. No, I'm just kidding. With my brother, Brothers and Sisters Day. You know, it's important, I think, to acknowledge brothers and sisters more often than any of us do. You grew up with them. You have an affinity towards them. You love them. You love them. But time and distance, you don't tell them enough. We don't tell our siblings enough that we love them, and we should. And this is a great time to do that. I am so jealous. I'll be honest with you. I am so jealous of my wife. Because of the relationship that she has with her family. I'm jealous that she has it, but at the same time, I don't do anything to change mine. She calls her family on a regular basis. She talks to her brother, she talks to her sister, she talks to her mother on the regular. Now that might be on me. Maybe I'm not a good discussionist. Maybe she doesn't want to talk with me. I believe I try to talk to her, but that's who she chooses to talk to. And I don't. I don't do it with my mom. I don't do it with my brothers. I don't do it with my children. And I feel bad that I don't communicate with them more often. And if you don't communicate with your family more often, you probably should feel bad too. The question is, what are you going to do about it? Are you going to try to do better? Maybe Saturday, May the 2nd is a great time to try. Try to do better, whether it be it doesn't matter. The people that you grew up with, your family, fam. If you're not talking to them on a regular basis, try. Just try. You know, I've gone years without talking to my brothers. Years. It doesn't mean I love them any less. But it does mean I could love them more. So I'm going to use this day, Saturday, May the 2nd, National Brothers and Sisters Day, to actually reach out to my brothers and sisters, Robert. And you should too. This is a national day of the week that we can all do something with. Let's think about that. Saturday, May the 2nd, National Brothers and Sisters Day. Sorry, my feed is slow receiving. I actually expected more about me calling you a girl, but okay. No, we're not doing that. None of these are good. But you give it to me and I got to try to do something with it. Here we go. Sunday, May the 3rd, is National Chocolate Custard Day. I once wrote a review for a flan. Flan? A flan. And the review was very entertaining to me, and I think I said something like, it tastes like an octopus had sex with, I don't know, a can of Ovaltine. I don't know why that was so funny to me. Whatever the review was that I did write, it really tickled me. This is a chocolate custard day, and I don't know what a custard is. In the line of things that are not solid and are solid, like over here, hardcore, like cream cheese thing, a solid, dense thing. And then over here is like whipped cream. In the scale of those two things, I think custard, whipped cream being a 1 and cheesecake density being a 10, I think custard is like a 3 or a 4. I think custard is more like a pudding. And I don't need you to add extra words to tell me that chocolate pudding is amazing. I like the pudding. You don't have to tell me that chocolate pudding is amazing. I already know chocolate pudding is amazing. But with a custard, I think it's important you put a custard in like a pie shell. And you can make like a chocolate custard pie and put whipped cream on top of it because it's lighter than air. I don't actually know. Later today, when we tape a new episode of the LUNSB Show, maybe I can get Chef Chick Brew to teach me what the difference is between custard and pudding. That'd be fun, right? But I don't care what day of the year it is. If you've got a second, if you got an opportunity to have some chocolate custard, do that every time. Chocolate is good for you. Everything is good for you in relatively normal amounts. But have some chocolate custard on Sunday, May the 3rd. National Chocolate Custard Day. Go into your comments. Eclairs. I must have caught it afterwards. I don't know what you're talking about. It's now time for your come char. Come char. I try to support the charities that I tell you about. One of the charities I've told you about many times is Castaway Critters. Castaway Critters is a rescue charity, and they try to save animals that have been discarded by horrible humans. I found myself with a ton of food and treats, and I felt it would be a shame to throw them away, so I shared them with Castaway Critters. Look them up online, Castaway Critters, Facebook, I don't know. I don't think they have a .com. I don't know. Whatever it is. But take a chance. Look them up. And if you can, support that rescue. Please do. It's Castaway Critters. And I can't talk much more about it without getting choked up. Look them up. Support them. This has been this week's Come Char. Comedy, community, our charity note. We are going straight to, look, man, I am doing better, okay? For those of you who know, you know. If you don't know, you don't know. But I'm doing better. But it's still there. The hurt is still there. The pain is still there. But I'm doing better. I'm doing the best I can. Because of that guy right there. I love that. I love that new image. Now let's get on with the fan favorite portion of the show. This week in history, trivia style. 7 questions, all multiple choice, all set to medium difficulty. If you can go 7 for 7, good for you. But we have proven over time, not that easy. And I am a smart one. I ain't no dummy, okay? And I can't go 7 for 7. And most of our friends who are also not dummies, they can't go 7 for 7. Let's see if we can do it today, starting with question number 1. This is interactive. I'm going to need you to participate, okay? And I will give you a Hey, mother! Good to see you, my friend. Question number 1. On April 27th, 1521, which explorer was killed in the Philippines? April 27th, 1521, which explorer was killed in the Philippines? Sorry, I couldn't swallow. Here are your multiple choice options. Was it Ferdinand Magellan? Was it Vasco da Gama? Was it Hernan Cortés? Or was it James Cook? He is killed in the Philippines on April 27th, 1521. Again, your options are Magellan, Gama, Cortés, or Cook. I know there's a delay, so that's why I read the questions repeatedly. I give you an extra opportunity to think about what your answer is. Ferdinand Magellan, Vasco da Gama, Hernan Cortés, or James Cook. James, he's going to go with da Gama. And I think Cook was killed by the Hawaiians. He's not wrong. So if you know James Cook was killed by the Hawaiians, Mama Knuckles, she's going to go with Cortés. So we got da Gama, we got Cortés, and kind of waiting for more answers. Vasco da Gama seems to be popular. I believe, my thoughts, of course, it's not James Cook. Cortés was killed in Mexico, I think. I also think Cortez was killed in Mexico. I think that Cook was killed in Hawaii. And I think Ferdinand Magellan bites the big one in the Philippines. We'll find out who's right. Again, I don't know the answers to the questions until we all know the answers to the questions. On April 28th, 1789, what famous mutiny took place? April 28th, 1789, what famous mutiny took place? There's not really a lot of famous mutinies out there, right? I've charged someone with mutiny before. Because if you're going to not obey the law, it's just you not obeying the law. But if you're going to inspire others to also not obey the law, that is mutiny. Punishable by death. James has already popped in with the bounty. Yeah, because it's a famous mutiny. And I don't think any of us know any other famous mutiny other than the bounty. But here are our multiple choice options. The HMS Victory, the RMS Titanic. I would have loved for there to have been a mutiny on the Titanic. The HMS Bounty or the USS Constitution. James, like I said, has already popped in with the Bounty. Staten Island Ferry Mutiny. Robert, as always, very funny. Very funny. I like that. You can make one funny answer and then one serious answer. But once you make a serious answer, as James likes to do often, you can't change it. You don't get credit for changing your answers after hearing other people's answers or just further discussion. So Staten Island Ferry Mutiny, very funny. Points. Again, your multiple choice options. On April 28th, 1789, what famous mutiny took place? Was it the HMS Victory, the RMS Titanic, the HMS Bounty, or the USS Constitution? I agree with James that it was the Bounty. There is another famous mutiny. The Cane Mutiny. Yeah. Yes. The Cane Mutiny. Check that one out. Great movie. Great movie. Humphrey Bogart at his best. I've given you, all right, Robert finally gives us his real answer. He goes with the Bounty. So we got two people with the Bounty and other people that are viewing that are not answering. And where is Jessica? Where are the kids? I need them to participate. You cannot be the sole representative of the Taney family. Question number 3. On April 29th, 2004, the final episode of which longest-running sitcom aired? April 29th, 2004. The final episode of which long-running sitcom aired? Here are your multiple choice options. Was it Seinfeld, Friends, Cheers, or Frasier? I believe I know the answer, and I'm going to say that this is the correct answer, whether it is or not. Because a friend of mine who is no longer with us was in the episode. He was in the finale. Guiding Light. Again, funny. MASH, boo. Come on, man. 2004? 2004. And here are your multiple choice options. Seinfeld, Friends, Cheers, or Frasier. It could be Frasier. It definitely could. It is not Cheers. It could be Friends. It could be Seinfeld. It's 2004. I'm not a Friends episode. Robert says Friends. I think Mama's going to go with Friends there. I think it's Seinfeld. Go back to 2004. That's 22 years ago. 9/11 had just happened. I think it's a Friends Excuse me, I think it's Seinfeld. And I say that because someone I admire and adore and loved, John Panette, was in that episode. And I like to remember him that way. So my answer, whether it's right or not, I'm doing the sentimental thing. I'm going to go with Seinfeld. James is going to go with Downfield. I don't even know how you could have spelled that so wrong, but he has since changed it to Seinfeld. Question number 4. On April 30th, 1803, the United States made which major acquisition? I shouldn't have to give you multiple choice options for this. It's April 30th. It's 1803. April 30th, 1803, the United States made what major acquisition? When it comes to major acquisitions, there's really only 2. There's this one, and then there's the other one. This one, big deal. This is a big deal. James has already popped in with Louisiana Purchase. I haven't even given the multiple choice options yet. Alaska Purchase, Louisiana Purchase, Florida Purchase, or the Gadsden Purchase are our options. James and Robert have both popped in with Louisiana because they're not wrong. In 1803, we bought everything west of the Mississippi. Now, mind you, we didn't buy it from the people that could sell it to us. We just we bought it and said, thank you. Here's some paperwork for this thing. It was a crazy land deal. But in theory, the Louisiana Purchase purchased most of the country for pennies on the dollar. The next giant purchase is going to be the Alaska Purchase. Mama goes in there with Alaska on this one. That's her answer. Also known as Seward's Folly. Seward is Secretary of State when he purchases Alaska. He's also one of the victims in the attempted coup that resulted in the death of Abraham Lincoln. If you don't know, they not only wanted to kill Abraham Lincoln, they wanted to kill the Vice President and the Secretary of State all in one felt swoop. And Sewell was the Secretary of State. But he's a big old burly man, and he didn't go down like that. When they tried to knife him in his sleep, he fought back and beat up his attacker. But that's many years after 1803. So Louisiana, Alaska. My answer, I'm going with Louisiana because that's the correct answer. Again, April 30th, 1803, the United States made what major acquisition? Alaska, Louisiana, Florida, or Gadsden? Question number 5. On May 1st, 1931, what iconic building officially opened? 1931, iconic building officially opened. Was it the Chrysler Building, the Empire State Building, the Sears Tower, or Rockefeller Center? May 1st, 1931. What iconic building officially opened? The Chrysler Building, the Empire State Building, the Sears Tower, or the Rockefeller Center? Here's what I'm going to tell you to help you out, okay? It's not the Sears Tower. James pops in with Empire State. It's not Rockefeller Center, because Rockefeller Center is not iconic. Robert pops in with Empire. It comes down to 2, a logical decision here. It is either the Chrysler Building or the Empire State Building. It's 1931. Mama's got to go with Sears, okay? I can tell you that's not right. Sears Tower comes many, many years later. Sears Tower is built after the World Trade Center. World Trade Center was built when I was born. So, World Trade Center, tallest building in the world. Oh, look, now we got the Sears Tower. It's even bigger. It's down between the Chrysler Building and the Empire State Building. And the clue is what iconic building, and there's no more iconic building than the Empire State Building. I mean, King Kong dangled off of the top of the Empire State Building. But many people confuse the Chrysler Building and its beautiful Art Deco design. Art Deco, very popular in the 1930s. They confused the two. Oh, look at that building. That must be the Empire State. Nope. That's the Chrysler Building. So it's down between one of those two, but if I had to guess between those two, which of the two is more iconic, it is definitely the Empire State Building. I agree with Robert and James on this one. Question number 6. On May the 2nd, 2011, what major global event occurred? On May the 2nd, 2011, what major global event occurred? I'm not even looking at the options. I'm going to tell you Operation Neptune. That is an additional clue for any of you that know. I'll do one more. I'll do 2 clues. Operation Neptune Hammer. I think it was Neptune Hammer. And Senior Chief Petty Officer Robert O'Neill. You know what happened on May the 2nd, 2011 yet? What if I told you the headline on the newspaper, the New York Daily News? It was not 9/11. It's May the 2nd, 2011. It's not 9/11. Stupid. The headline was on the New York Times. No, that was when we got Saddam. Anyway, here are your multiple choice options. A, the end of the Iraq War. B, the death of Osama bin Laden. C, the capture of Saddam Hussein. Or D, the start of the Arab Spring. Which, I don't know if you know this, but the Arab Spring was never a thing. That was just a lot of terrorism, and we supported it. Yeah. Our government was just supporting the Arab Spring. I, to this day, cannot explain to you why we were bombing Libya. Libya hadn't done anything wrong. There was no reason. But we bombed the snot out of Libya. And we cheered when their leader was knifed in the buttocks. Right up in the buttocks. So far, the only answer I have is bin Laden killed from James. Again, here are your options. On May the 2nd, 2011, Osama bin Swimming. Funny. What major global event occurred? The end of the Iraq War, the death of Osama bin Laden, the capture of Saddam Hussein, or the start of the Arab Spring? With 2 answers in, I'm going to agree with my viewers. Yes. Senior Chief Petty Officer Robert O'Neill took the life of the number 1 terrorist in the world, Osama bin Laden, who turned out to be a punk in the end and tried to use one of his little wives as a shield. Done, son. Ha ha. Gotcha. Finally, question number 7. On May 3rd, 1979, what political leader became the UK's first female prime minister? I know the answer. I'm not looking at the options. So here's the wonderful thing about British women. They're amazing, they're strong, they're powerful, they're eloquent. I love me some British women. I do. All the British women I have in my life, I love them. Because, they speak with a British accent, and that makes them feel cooler. Now, on May the 3rd, 1979, they elected a very elocucious, strong female to be the Prime Minister of Great Britain. Now, years later, many, many years later, they'll do the same thing with another British woman, but times they are a-changin'. She is the shortest reigning Prime Minister of all time. I don't even think she stayed in office a full 2 weeks. But in 1979, they chose a female. James has already popped in with Thatcher. Before I even read the answer, the options: Theresa May, Margaret Thatcher, Angela Merkel, I think it's funny, Indira Gandhi. So, Angela Merkel, German. Indira Gandhi, freaking Indian. So it narrows your choices down between Theresa May and Maggie Thatcher. James has already said Thatcher, because he's not wrong. It's definitely not Theresa May. It's Maggie. Extra points. Can you tell me what Maggie's nickname was? Can you do that? I am curious if you know. Robert goes with Maggie as well. No one wants to take the extra points? No one wants to grab the extra points on what was her nickname? Okay. Here are this week's answers. The first answer was Ferdinand Magellan. I got that right. Iron something. Yes, it was iron something. Ferdinand Magellan, I think all of you failed to get that correct. I got that correct. Question number 2 was the HMS Bounty. I think anybody that said Bounty got that correct. Question number 3 was not Seinfeld, was not MASH. It was Friends. Boo. Question number 4 was the Louisiana Purchase. Question number 5 was the Empire State Building. Question number 6 was the death of Osama bin Laden. And question number 7 was the Iron Lady herself, Mrs. Margaret Thatcher. I went 6 for 7, and I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that. I want to go 7 for 7, but I'll take 6 for 7. I don't know how you did. Some of you did better than some of you did not so good. But that's okay. It's a great way to start your Sunday. We're going to wrap this up now. I remind you today, as I remind you every day, just be the best person that you can be. And if you were a great person today, be an even better person tomorrow. Chick Brew sends her love. 6 out of 7 for Robert. Good for you. LUNSB